Hello, everybody. Welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, don't forget I'm in all of these places. Links in the description. Um, we got a funny one. I think it's like a bit from a stand-up comedy thing here. Nvidia sees cryptocurrencies as useless to society, which is kind of funny. How they make buttloads of money regarding mining stuff. um, they say I'm kind of speechless. This kind of when they made this kind of statements, they say they went for the 3060 GPU featuring the thing that light hash rate tried to block the things for the mining stuff, which is kind of funny because the 3060s never had an issue of stock. uh, Basically was 3780s and 90s. Those were the ones from Nvidia that were in high demand, and they even got fined supposedly $5.5 million as part of something regarding not informing investors how mining impacts CPU demand, which at the time was huge. That's why we have now basically all the high prices on the GPU market, at least from Nvidia part. It's funny how these guys can switch statements and throw statements like this at a whim. We know that why now they are saying this cryptocurrencies are useless to society because basically the Ethereum mining went over. No more mining for that coin, so it's not doesn't have like a return on the investment there, and so the people stop buying those GPUs and start selling on the second-hand GPU market, and basically the sales from Nvidia went way down, even though they have good profits. It's mainly because of the stupidity of putting high GPU prices on the new ones, and still I don't remember seeing the 30 series at MSRP, always above MSRP, which even after 3 years, it's something unthinkable. You launch a product of a technology product that doesn't come down MSRP after 3 years. It's unheard of, I think, at least my knowledge. Of course, they want to boost their business on the AI tech. This is going to be the end of all of us, the AI thing here. I don't know what they're trying to do here. It's the next big thing, or so they tell, with the chatbot GTP and all the AI stuff here. I don't know what they're trying to get. It's going to be a little bit. I think it's the next thing they want to hype peer persons and mainly companies for them to sell their GPUs basically, and then the gamers, which have been one of the mainstays of Nvidia for a long time. I think it's almost going to end. I think they are kind of turning like an Apple kind of company, because they are not basically selling you to a certain extent hardware. They are turning their business to selling you software, technology. That's why we see a lot of growing of the DLSS stuff. Now they have the path tracing stuff, which is kind of a thing that it's Stay. Stay has it's a proprietary technology basically, because all the same things that for example Nvidia has, it's open source, so anybody can pick it up and use it. As for Nvidia, it's not that. We kind of starting to see, in the global scheme of things, Nvidia trying to get to be like an Apple tech company, which sells proprietary stuff at a very high end. They can, at the moment, they can still do it because they have a lot of mind share from persons that are not aware of these little things, of the business side of. And they think AMD is not good because they are cheap. They are not good. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but this is kind of think what they are trying to do. It's going to be an Apple thing, very proprietary on their technology, very doing their own thing per se, trying to sell you technology instead of trying to sell you, and the hardware they sell you, it's completely bunkers in terms of pricing. The good thing is, at the moment, we are starting to see Intel, hopefully in the cheaper market, they are trying to up their game on the GPUs to be more competitive and see if we can see some change on the market regarding this situation. But yeah, I will not ramble too much here. There has been from AMD, talking about AMD, the Phoenix APUs, which is basically the mobile CPUs for the laptops and everything. I think this one also, this kind of technology is on the Steam Decks, I think, and should be they are basically they are going around with cores for performance and others for efficiency, similar to the Intel ones, but how they're going about it is different. Basically, Intel has specific cores that are designed to be basically efficient, but AMD goes is with the same kind of, let's say, the same CPU. They just turn off, not turn off, they turn down frequencies and power limits on certain cores. So in this case, CCDs, maybe like a CCD is like lowered in the power draw and cores so they can be more efficient. And then they go about it and put it on the laptop, which is kind of interesting. Maybe, I think, might open some things on unlocking that thing through any kind of software, and even though it's not very advisable because it's a laptop, so power constrictions are in place for this kind of thing, so you don't melt the laptop. But it's interesting to see they are going about it this way. And also Intel, so we can cover all three. I saw this video yesterday, the Red Gaming Tech, sorry, regarding the Battlemage GPU. So basically the roadmap is, the timeline is kind of the same since the beginning. Doesn't seem to have a lot of changes, but seems to be that the Battlemage, which should launch around Q2 next year, so second quarter next year, so about almost like 1 year from now. I think they are trying to aiming for the Battlemage, the top tier of the Battlemage, to be around the 4070 Ti performance thing, which is good to see, because at the moment the Alchemist aims at around 3060 performance kind of GPU in terms of comparison, and they are very good. They are way cheaper. And supposedly between this and that, we should have like an Alchemist Plus kind of thing supposedly happening, but there is no news about it. We shall see. As you can see, this 4080, forget about it. Supposedly we should have like double the cores, or they are aiming for double the cores, which basically gives a little, and also a boost GPU clock of almost 3000. This is rumor, so take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, seems on the good path. That's why I'm talking about we need the Intel. The GPUs now are very good. The main problem with the GPUs when they launched the Alchemist, was the driver stuff. But it's like the first time in a long time, of course, they discrete GPUs. It's always going to have this kind of issues. And they are improving a lot, even with older DirectX and older APIs. They are way above what they were used to, and they are very good. You don't see the driver seems stable and no issues. And they launched the GPU already with AV1 encoders and the technology. So I really do recommend taking a look at it in your market to see especially the 77, the 770, sorry, the 16 gigabyte one. It's pretty decent, at least for middle range of 1440p gaming. and it does very well on encoding stuff. If you need some kind of productivity, I think in the long term, it's the drivers for productivity work that I think they will start working better, because I don't think I'm not sure if they are like amazing or so well integrated like Nvidia is in terms of productivity works, like Adobe and everything. But I think they do pretty good. I didn't heard anything otherwise. But yeah, for hardware, this is it. Now we got a few. I talk about Final Fantasy 16 the trailer. We got some separate trailers here. Basically, it's like the trailers for the world itself, and this is the full conversation here. But yeah, seems in a good place. Seems very open worldly. This is their proprietary engine, so no Unreal Engine. I think I don't remember how they have called their game engine for after the Final Fantasy 15, then the 7th remake, and this one I'm not sure how it calls. I'm sorry, but I think we can pet the Torgal, which is the companion pet. That's always a good thing to see. Now, regarding Final Fantasy, we got some gaming deals to close up the episode. We got Final Fantasy 15 Windows Edition, 50% off. Always good to see. It's an okay game. It's not a bad one, but it's the turn of what they used to do, like the turn-based combat and everything, and the exploration seems pretty good. So 50% off is 50% off. GOG, as I got some things here for them. We got neowiz, which are from the guys that are launching Lies of Pi. I mentioned in previous video this week or so that I thought it was like the first big game, and to a certain extent I think it is their first big game launching, because they have a promo here on all the games they already launched. It's small games, like a handful of them. And I never heard of any of this one, so I'm not sure. I will leave a description here if you're interested to check out if something caught your eye. You got the 10th anniversary of Bioshock Infinite, and we got also the remastered ones, 85% off, 80% off, 75% off. So basically for around $20 or so, not even $20. $17 you get a chance to get all three of them in GOG, so no DRMs, no nothing like that. And lastly, we got Hollow Knight, 50% off. Seems to be a very good game. It's one of those that I would like to try in the future to see how it goes. Seems pretty good, Metroidvania style game. Not an easy one to do, but I think it has a good story there. And basically I'm going to wrap up for today, guys, with my Go Get Fund Me campaign stuff here. And I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, Kunamy Master out.